like Spike kind of like really kind of like showed it. Like I was excited. Now, granted, yes, I know I was literally just infinite dashing across the web, but you know what? I want to see maybe how fast I can actually be able to do that. Just as a personal record, like I might. I might try that, and make sure you follow me at Blind Gamer Steve here on Twitch. And I might actually just do that in the near future. And speaking of the near future, we are about to see a new game, basically a game that has been around, that has been a part of one of the original first-person shooters. We're talking about Serious Sam Siberian Mayhem. And even to tie it all in there, Mauricio, I totally agree. I would love to be able to see a speed run of Serious Sam in the future. Let's blend it all together. So next up, we have honored to have the devs behind the game Serious Sam Siberian Mayhem join us to answer your questions about the game and premiere exclusive new gameplay footage. If you haven't seen the latest trailer, let's roll it.
Damn, these Russians just did my homework.
Oh my god, I got goosebumps.
Hello.
I literally got goosebumps from that. And chat, I want to welcome Igor and Lexi from Timelock Studio. Hello, folks, how are you?
Hello. Yeah, we are great.
I thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. I know it's evening for kids. You're coming in from Croatia today, so I appreciate you taking the time to be able to talk to us. So let's jump into Serious Sam Siberian Mayhem. But first, I want to know kind of like so. Let's talk about the history of Serious Sam for a second. What is your personal history with Serious Sam? Igor, we're going to start off with you. How did you find out about it? Did you play it back in the day? What was kind of like your favorite parts about the game?
My meeting with the game was my brother. My brother showed me the game, and I played through the very first the first encounter, and I enjoyed it very much. And after that, he showed me the modding. Like there are modding tools. Try it, and I tried it. So that's how I got into both Serious Sam and modding at the same time.
That's cool. Alexei, what about you? What was your first encounter with Serious Sam?
Well, my first encounter was as well the first encounter. I think when I was 6. My father was playing a lot of games, and so one of the games he was playing was the new Serious Sam, the first encounter. And I think at first our parents were not allowing us to play it because like it's very bloody and we were kids. But then we played it still with my elder brother. We played it in split screen a lot. So like when you have this small screen in like early 2000s, and you split it in two, and you one plays with the mouse and the other guy plays with the keyboard, like the old Doom, when you control your view with the keyboard, and it was very fun. Yes, it was very fun. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's my first experience. I didn't get into modding back then as Igor did, because I saw the tools and they were like super scary. I thought, wow, how one can be so knowledgeable and professional to use this.
I love that, and I do have to make a correction for myself. I did say a correction, but that was the original team. Crow team were from there, but you folks are from Russia at Timelock Studios, so that's my bad. I do apologize, but still, you all worked with, actually, speaking of Crow team, you all worked with Crow team, the original creators of Serious Sam on Siberian Mayhem. And actually, as before I lead up to my next question, we actually you were cool enough to send over some never before seen gameplay footage. So we're gonna roll that right now while we chat. But I'm really excited to be able to see it. But what was it like working in collaboration with Crow Team on this new version that'll be coming out very, very soon? Igor, why don't we start with you? What was it like working with the team?
It was amazing. It was amazing. Crow Team were there all the time to help us with anything we need. We never had like any problem with them. Yeah, they got us covered in so much stuff that it definitely wouldn't be possible without them.
Alexei, what about you? What was it like working with the folks at Crow Team?
Well, as Igor said, it was really great. The guys from Crow Team are very oriented towards helping other maybe new developers to start off their path in the industry, and so they're just nice people to talk and to work with. Yes.
I love it. I love it. So why don't you tell us a little bit about this footage that we're currently showing right now? So this is Siberian Mayhem. What can people expect when they're jumping into the game very soon?
You're seeing the footage that is rolling is the first level, like the very start. So yeah, that's what they will get. In Siberian Mayhem, we were trying to combine the best from classic parts of Serious Sam with the newer parts of Serious Sam, like from classic encounters with Serious Sam 4 and 3. We took the best, combined it, and we think it's really turned out great.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. So, what, like a kind of like you said, or I think I saw that this was a spin-off of Serious Sam 4. So, what was it? What was it that you took from the kind of like the original Serious Sam, like just in the franchise in general? And what were some of the new things that you added into this new Siberian Mayhem? Lexi, why don't we start off with you?
Okay. So yes, as you said correctly, this game actually started as a project that started as a DLC for the Serious Sam 4, and it was developed for some time as a DLC, but then it was branched out into a standalone expansion. So it's a standalone expansion, and so it shares a lot of main gameplay. All great gameplay elements, like many weapons from Serious Sam 4, great gunplay, but also we brought in, as you have just seen, the weather effects, like the snowstorm, which just ended. There are, of course, some new weapons, 3 new weapons, new gadgets, and as Igor said, answering the previous questions, we tried to bring some of the elements from more classic games. So take the best of both worlds, the great modern engine and gunplay from Serious Sam 4, and some of the gameplay elements from the classics, like jumpers and some maybe traps and some things which fans loved from the original games.
Yeah, so the most important gameplay detail is the environments. That's what we took from classic. Environments, they matter in gameplay. Like even this snow effect you are seeing on the screen now, it's harder to see, and it is already different than without it.
Yeah, I was to say, I mean, that obviously is a classic sort of staple of the Serious Sam franchise, is just how open and vast the maps are as part of it. Because even at that point, that was kind of like a newish thing when sort of FPSs were just kind of starting out. Even with, I guess, the ability of just being able to look up, kind of beyond just sort of the Doom and Wolfenstein of just kind of going left to right. So that was really cool, and you're definitely getting some a lot of love in the chat. So, what are some other things that we can be able to like expect, or maybe some possible Easter eggs that you can be able to kind of tease a little bit in coming up in Siberian Mayhem?
Oh yes, the secrets. The secrets are great. I was working on the secrets, and I really think that it turned out very good. I put. We all did. We all put a lot of effort into secrets. Like it's not just parkour. Since the third and fourth parts of Serious Sam, the secrets. Secrets were a lot consisting of parkour secrets. Like you see some wall, you can. It has some vent shafts, and you see that you can jump on them, and it's nice, but it feels junky. I should say. So we try to keep that to minimum. If I remember correctly, this game has Siberian Mayhem has, I think, 2 parkour secrets in general.
Ooh,
yeah.
So I'm gonna be interested to check that out.
Yeah,
And
actually,
of course, some secrets are actually Easter eggs. Like there are references to other games. So there is just funny, silly stuff. A lot of things. I am eager to see how people will react to that.
That's awesome. And so I want to ask you two, what is some of your favorite weapons that like either from Siberian Mayhem or just from Serious Sam in general that you'd love to just sort of like go nuts with? Alexei, we'll start with you first.
From Serious Sam 4, I really love the double shotgun. It has been a very satisfying weapon since the start, since the classics, but Crow Team just outdid themselves on the Serious Sam 4 with the gunplay, and they rebalanced the double shotgun a bit, so it was a bit faster to shoot, and it is so satisfying to kill a lot of different enemies with it, like clear skeletons and gnars and others. And also as for the Siberian Mayhem, we have 3 new weapons, and 2 of them have already been shown in trailers, and the third one I will probably not spoil today. But from Siberian Mayhem, I love the crossbow a lot, which was seen in the reveal trailer. It's sort of a mix of a sniper weapon and the fans of Serious Sam know the Devastator weapon. It's a very powerful and very fun sniping weapon, but it can also just demolish a lot of enemies who happen to stand close to one another in a line, and it's very satisfying to shoot as well. Yeah.
I hear you. And actually, Axel Dark 234 in the chat says double shotgun and SS4 is amazing. So Axel definitely agrees with you on that one. Igor, what about you? What were some of your favorite weapons that either from Serious Sam and the franchise or in Siberian Mayhem?
Yeah, if we are talking about Serious Sam before Siberian Mayhem, I also love the double shotgun. Things they did with it are amazing. And if I include the Siberian Mayhem, I think that my lovest thing now is an AK. AK now replaces the assault rifle from Serious Sam 4, and it actually functions a bit differently. Like, it is slower, it deals more damage, and oh man, it is so satisfying that after all this time I just cannot imagine next Sam game without it. You will just have to see how does it work. It's really great stuff.
I was about to say, yeah, you definitely can have a Serious Sam game without it for sure. So you guys are publishing this with Devolver Digital, which in and of itself, like, it's like kind of like the perfect partnership. Like, I can only imagine, like, yeah, no, Serious Sam, of course, is gonna be coming out from Devolver Digital. What was it like working with them? And did you approach them, or did they approach you, being like, hey, we got to get Serious Sam on here?
It was us. So as it was started. Our project lead called us, all of us, all of the team, all of current team members, and suggested an idea. Let's make a DLC. Like we felt that the third episode of Serious Sam 4 could have some more content into it, and we made a design document like near 100 pages, I think, 80 pages, and sent it to Croteam to see how would they react. And they actually agreed. They called us. We took several meetings with them. We discussed some stuff, took some changes, and planned production and started working. So
I love that.
That's it was us approaching them.
Nice. Oh, that is amazingly cool. So I gotta ask, obviously, like, so the game is coming out very soon. When can people can be able to get their hands on this, and what platforms can they be able to get it on?
It will be January 25th, I think. Should be evening. Not sure about the exact time. And for platforms, it will be only PC. Consoles maybe come later, but not on release.
Totally cool. And also, I gotta ask, like, is there any plans for anything post-launch? Like, are you gonna any new possible DLC or anything you can maybe tease a little bit about what may be coming up for Serious Sam in the future?
It's hard to say. Like for post-launch content, of course, we will be working on fixing possible bugs or adding some content like survival mode or new player models, stuff like that. But what we will do after this game is not clear yet. We don't have such plans yet.
Gotcha. No worries. Awesome. Well, perfect. Well, Igor and Alexei, thank you so much for coming here and chatting with us today, but then also showing off some some never before seen gameplay footage. And it's coming out very soon on January 25th, 2020. Thank you so very much. Where can we be able to find you folks, and can we be able to follow you online and find out more updates about Serious Sam?
It's in Croteam Discord. We are online here, we are answering some questions and talking to fans. So even if someone has like a suggestion, hey, Serious Sam 4 got this thing broken, we are like, oh, okay, we fix it in this game.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's true. And actually, Igor didn't mention, but we also have a website and we have a Twitter account. So it's timelockstudios.com, and you can find our other socials there.
Perfect. Well, chat, make sure you go check out Timelock Studios, and also make sure to be able to pick up the game or pre-order the game now. It'll be out literally in a couple of days on January 25th from via Devolver Digital. Thank you so much, Igor, Alexei. Have yourself a great rest of your evening. Go get some sleep. It's very late for you folks. And thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Steve.
Yeah, thank you for having us. Yes, it was nice to talk.
All right, take care. Perfect. Okay. So, folks, I am seriously excited for Serious Sam Siberian Mayhem. But I legitimately, I'm actually I remember playing that game back in the day. It was kind of like one of those games that I kind of had to sneak from my parents. My parents didn't know that I had it, because of course they just I grew up in a very kind of conservative household, so those kind of games like Doom or Wolfenstein or Serious Sam was kind of like a little bit just it was not necessarily allowed, and so I had to kind of sneak it into my PC, and I actually had to literally just call it SS because that's sort of my initial. So I kind of had to sneak that installed just on the family computer, and no one ever found out, which I was kind of very happy about. Didn't get far because being blind, disabled, it was kind of hard to be able to play those kind of games back in the day, but I did have a ton of fun. So it was very cool to be able to talk to the folks behind the newest installment into the Serious Sam franchise. But next up, I want to be able to talk about is what we're kind of continuing on from last year. Sancho has had a segment on the weekly called the Movie Club, and I want to bring that back because I've got a franchise, I've got a movie